Well, hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and for my second recorded two-spirit game, I'm going with Green and Serpent against Sweden 4. So thanks again to Mateusz for the suggestion. If you have a suggestion for a two-spirit game you want to see, drop it in the comments below, and I'll get to it eventually one day. Alright, so first decision we have is for Sweden's level 4 effect of royal backing, so adding a town to the terrain with 2 fierce invaders, and we have 2 deserts to choose from up here. We have the one with blight in and we have this one, so I'm going to go with the one that doesn't have blight in, especially knowing that to create this effect we are missing a level 1 sand card, means that there's less pressure on that. So here we go. So yeah, it's taking me, I'm trying to get into the swing of these two-spirit playthroughs. I am not that familiar with Serpent, so especially in multi-spirit, so we'll see how that goes. So I've gone with this option here to place an extra presence turn 1, and I'm trying to go with playing fast rather than playing speedily rather than perfectly. So this is the presence placement here that is not restricted to jungle or wetland. So if I'm thinking about putting a presence somewhere that isn't a jungle or wetland, now is the time to do it. This here, and the other thing with Serpent is that you often want to be thinking about the Aegis. So it's this amazing defend card they have that defends 2 in target land and all adjacent lands. So that's something I want to be thinking about strategically with that spirit. But also I'm trying to play relatively quickly. We'll see how that goes. So turn 1 with Green, I'm probably going to want to stem the flow of fresh water and Gift of Proliferation, and then hopefully destroy a town somewhere. However, to do that I need to be both in that land and adjacent with a sacred site, or have a sacred site in that land. So this might be a decent place to destroy a town, in here. Or maybe I could think about clearing out a town kind of in here. Yeah, again, these are decisions that I could spend a lot of time thinking about. So I think I'm going to make oops, I'm sure I'm going to undo that because I didn't want to put that there. I'm going to destroy the town that's built in here, I think. Yeah, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. We are against Sweden as well. I think I'm going to try and destroy this town here. Yes, I'm going to allow the build. So we're going to put one in there. Then we've got this one to place as well. We'll put that in here. And we are going... Ooh, we might want to go turn 1 energy. I think we need to go turn 1 energy. This Green, very powerful, but a little bit tricksy. So with Serpent, I'm even less familiar with what I'm doing, which is good. We get to pick 2. Obviously, Reclaim at this point is pointless. Adding a presence is obligatory. And we're going to want to probably go with gifting a little bit and absorbing if we can. So yeah, I think we're going to be adding a presence or land without blight. Obviously this does have blight in. And thinking about the Aegis, this land here we could potentially defend in both of these on turn 2 using our elemental Aegis. Obviously it's not enough in here. The thing is, we are against Sweden, so their towns do 3 damage, which is rude. Very rude, but for we get an extra defend for each essence we've absorbed. So yeah, so we should have 3 defense, which would be enough. Okay, that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. And I am going to try and go fast rather than precise. So if that hurts you, let me know in the comments, because Oh, of course, I only have 1 play. Yes. Very familiar with this spirit. High level plays here. So we'll go with this and Proliferation. So we're going to be speeding up this spirit's progress with Green, because that's how we roll here. So we finished playing those cards, and maybe the turn 1 absorb is incorrect, but I'm doing it. So sue me. Or don't sue me, actually. I've got a boat, and you can't have my boat. Okay. So we're going to do this, and we are going to... So the reason I want to turn 1 absorb is because of this interesting Serpent limitation on their presence on the board. If you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. I mean, I'm certainly wondering what the hell I'm doing. So, do we care about having sacred sites? I don't think we do, especially. But we might do soon. Green is going to be kind of hanging out over here. Maybe I could think about splitting the island's defensive duties between... Actually, this is a good place to but so the desert and the sand could be the business of Serpent, and the wetland and forest could be the business of Green. So we've absorbed some essence. Oh, we could gain an element. I have not considered this at all. We could gain another moon to do extra stem damage. Sorry, not extra stem, extra creeper damage. No, we don't have enough greenery. Interesting though. I think this is quite a complex spirit. Okay, so against Sweden we care more about the ravage than the build. So we're going to prevent this ravage next round. And we've got the Creeper's Tear and Stem business, though we've got a wetlands build over here. So this is I mean, we could destroy something in here, or we could destroy this in here. I'm going to destroy this in here. So we can Creeper's Tear and then Stem in there. And I didn't even consider this. Consider this effect. So for each Fire Mountain, this is going to just do 1 damage. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that was turn 1. So we can play 7 presents, which is wonderful. So we have Jungle Ravages. We have 4 of them to think about. But we can Aegis here for defend 3 currently. So that will take care of this. It won't protect this, but that's, you know, defending 1 of them is okay. And maybe if I'd been wiser, I might have tried to put this presence in here, though it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we're definitely Aegising to defend in there. The counterattack will be icing on the cake. And I think yes, he says, trying to play fast with the spirit he barely knows. So it's gonna work well. I know it. So Green though should be fairly straightforward here. We're just gonna be probably gaining a power card and trying to just race down this track. Once we've got this first energy, we really are just all about bottom track. So I think this is what we go with. Yeah, we're not going to get to 3 plays this turn. I mean, yeah, when we don't have the energy. Yeah, we definitely want to be overgrowing in a night this turn. So we're going to go with this option here. And thinking about where we're going to overgrow, we could, of course, jungles are our good place. So our strong point. So we can just go into a jungle and overgrow and prevent that build. So that's okay. So let's think about our miner. What have we got here? Encompassing Ward, Nature's Resilience. Oh, these are a couple of my favourites. Obviously, Nature's Resilience has pretty nice icons for us. That mountain can be a bit elusive. The mountain allowing fast blight removal, which is obviously great. This has the green. Defend 6 is just a solver of problems. That's we don't have the range for it to solve that problem, but we could. Given that we have overgrown a night, we could make a sacred site in there and just use it to defend. Same here. Here at least there's a counterattack. Gift of Constancy is great, but hopefully Serpent can provide me with enough powering up that I don't need to worry too much about that. So I think I am going to go with Resilience here. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we are adding to a jungle or wetland. So I think now that the other thing to bear in mind is that I can get this defend 2 if I have a blue and 3 green. So if I reveal this plant, for example, that might be a good tempo play. So a blue... so that would defend in there. That's pretty good. And then but the trouble with that is we won't be able to defend in there. But that's okay. That's fine. I think we can let it slip a little bit. So I'm actually going to reveal this plant, much to my own horror. Here I am representing the bottom track, and I'm just ignoring it. So, oh, I've still only got 1 play. Ugh, that's disgusting. 1 play. Okay. Let's just redo that. We continue to represent the bottom track. We definitely need that second plate. So we'll go with our initial plan of preventing this ravage here, because of course they do have the double blighters. So we could use overgrow to prevent the ravage, or we could just defend it. Except the thing to bear in mind, we are against Sweden. Cities do 5, towns do 3. So actually that's a 9 damage ravage. This actually isn't enough. I am so full of regret now. So full of regret. But I'm going to press on. Regrets or no regrets. So we've got to 2 actions. We're obviously going to keep placing presents. We're going to be aegising and probably gifting of the deeps to our good friend and green here. So maybe power card and then think about where we place our presents, because though these are good things to do, having lots of energy is nice. It does give us the flexibility to do the things we want to do. And maybe giving an extra miner here is actually pretty nice. Although this doesn't cut it this turn, it might mean that we can skip a reclaim, though we don't care too much about skipping reclaims as green. We just place our presence so quickly. So I'm not going to gain a power card. I'm actually just going to go with making a sacred site somewhere. Let's say... So we're defending in there with Aegis. Ooh. Oh yeah, we're overgrowing in a night there. Let's make a sacred site here because it's next to some mountains, deserts, which I think is going to be Snake's department. Though maybe I do gain a power card here. I've got some pretty... I mean, I think Gift of Flowing Power is pretty forgettable. Serpent experts are just twisting around in agony, probably saying what I'm doing here. I mean, maybe even just gaining a major. We can afford a major. We've got loads of energy. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for the high impact plays. And okay, what icons? Ooh, Intermittable Claim. That's a nice one. These innate powers just twist my brain. This is obviously an amazing one here if you can get it. But Blue Mountain Green, kind of tricksy. Indomitable Claim is obviously going to speed things up a lot, but we've got to just be wary that we don't run into this cap. And that is probably the thing to go with. I think the island's still pretty under control. We can even use it this turn to prevent a blight going down. And it will accelerate. And this spirit is all about being the big snake. So we're going to Aegis, Claim, and I didn't do Gift of Primordial Deeps. But I think it's okay. I think it's going to be okay. Right, so we are going to Aegis in here. So we're preventing this ravage with green. And we're preventing this ravage with green because we're going to overgrow. And we're going to go from our plays track. So we're going to prevent this. This is defended. This one here, it seems a bit silly to... Actually, we can't actually get there. Never mind. Okay, so we just have to accept that that's happening. So where do we actually want presence? I mean, we could just keep on going in this direction with the idea that we are looking after these sands. I mean, that feels like more of a appealing to the mind rather than actually strong strategically. We have no choice now, so we're getting our fire out. And Serpent Rouses Anger, we have a little bit of that going on. We can actually destroy a town where we are. So I am actually just going to undo there and rearrange that. I'd not noticed that. So where do we care about there being a town? We could go in here, then that makes this land Aegisable. Yeah, let's go in here. We're going to just... Yeah, that means that an Aegis in this land next turn will actually protect both lands. Okay. Okay, so we are preventing this ravage. Blight going down there, and we're preventing this ravage. Okay. Mountain Explore. Sweden. Oh, they're going to flirt with our Dahan. I've not thought about that at all. I have no Dahan movement as far as I've noticed. Okay, so Serpent can rouse an anger in here, which I think is the good thing to do. That's I think that's the right thing to do. So we'll destroy the town. Oh, except that this is actually going to be 6 damage because of Sweden. I forget about Sweden. Any Swedes who are watching this, sorry, I just forget all about you. Let's or actually, maybe we let this go. So this is just a pure mistake, but it's okay. Going for trying to get through this playthrough in under an hour, you see. So let's push this into maybe this land here. Let's push this town. Oh, we do have some Dahan pushing. Just didn't notice it. Very, very observant. So do some points damage there. Okay. So we both have empty hands, so it's reclaim time. Well, you say that. Often it's good to just press on. Let's have a look at what we've got. We've got a Ravage, and oh, this is very Aegisable. That's a 4 damage Ravage, as is this. So if we can get a Serpent presence in one of these, then that's good. So maybe we just let this go. These are wetlands, so they're pretty... This Ravage, of course, is fine because it's just a single dude. So I think we are reclaiming and adding a presence. Oh, we could even Indomitable Claim somewhere. In here, maybe. So it's a reclaim. We can move a presence. Do I actually want to move a presence? It's not something I often do. It's just... I don't think I am going to move any presents. Oh, I think I have to move a presence. Okay. So I want to... I have... it's a range 3 to go over here. So 1, 2, 3. I can get over here, but I think... Yeah, it doesn't... I don't need Sacred Sites right now. So... Oh, it looks like I moved it onto itself. Let's just do that. Let's just follow through on my intention. It's like I'm just double-clicking that there. Weird. Oh, maybe I need to click on the land that it's coming from. Oh, click and drag, that's what it is. The old click and drag. Right, so we've reclaimed, we've moved, and we're going to add a presence over here. Now we've got this, and now the element calculation crunching can truly begin. Let's put this over here for this Aegis. So this turn we are Aegising to defend in both of these regions here. We can't afford our Indomitable Claim. We should probably get to absorb some essence here this turn, though either of these are going to be reasonable. Because we have got quite a lot of presence on the board at the moment. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we're reclaiming with green, we're probably going to want to slap some more presence down. So it's definitely an absorb a clock, and green loves having their presence destroyed. So, green. So these Ravages are fine. Builds. These builds are builds. They're just builds. I mean, that's what they are. This Ravage is fine. This Ravage is, defendable with resilience. But we're not really over there. We need to be adjacent to a sacred site. But we can make that happen because we're green and we're cool. Because we can just reclaim and then absorb. We could reclaim and then use Overgrown a Knight to stick in there. We can actually get up to 3 actions too. Yeah, I think reclaim is good enough. So we want to get over. I'm going to put in this wetland here because this got slightly more adjacencies to it. It's a slightly more useful place to be. And I'm going to reclaim. And I will get to gain a card. I've not got much energy, so it will be a minor. We like cards. Rouse the Trees and Stones is actually pretty rad. It's actually pretty rad. Don't care what you say. We don't have any... It's 2 damage. We like damage. Especially against Sweden. It's 2 damage. That's a town. Lure of the Unknown, nah, I mean, it's got Moon Green, which is kind of cool. We like blue mountain green, that'd be ideal. Pull behind that, yeah, we only really like this with ocean. I think I'm going to go with rouse those trees and stones. And we have the 3 plays, so we want to overgrow a knight in here, and we want to do this to defend in there. So it's a bit, I don't know, maybe that's not ideal really to be spending all those actions to do very little. But we are still advancing down our tracks. You see, I am powering up by doing this, and I am powering up Serpent. So although you generally don't want to be spending multiple actions, the fact that Serpent's just taking care of those areas as well is kind of pretty rad. So I'm going to absorb Essence first, and I've not considered this. The other thing I need to bear in mind is my sacred sites. So I'm going to be absorbing an essence from somewhere, and I need to make sure it's not from here because I need a sacred site in or adjacent to there. So it could be here, could be here, could be here. Well, as this is harder for me to get into, I'm going to absorb from this here. So we'll absorb essence first. We'll absorb this one. And oh, gaining an element. I had not considered this. Not considered it at all. So we could gain some creepers. We've got some good stuff to destroy with creepers. So moon green. Actually, it's not going to make any difference because we need both a moon and a green. So other thresholds that we care about. Let's just quickly double check. Yeah, it's just for this spirit. So I could just gain a blue, I suppose. Though the defend 2 doesn't matter. So I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh yeah, so I can't currently target this, so I need to overgrow in a knight in here. So we'll get that 4th action. Oh, I realised. Oh, so if I'd overgrown, I could have got the greenery. Actually, it's only a small undo. It's only a little one. I try and minimise these undos. So absorbing this essence, we've decided to get this one, and we're going to give a moon. Then we're going to overgrow a knight in here. Oh, yeah, it's fine because we always grow, so it's fine to go with this track here. So we now should have tier 3 creepers tear. Yes, we do. Okay, so we're defending in here. We are gifted proliferating on our Serpent, and I've also not really considered this decision. I think we're going to want to make a sacred site somewhere. That's probably the thing to do. And Aegis is a Naught Ranger, so we do want to think about Aegising. Where we've already... This is a perfect Aegis spot, so I'm going to put this in here. And then we're going to Aegis down here. Aegis, look at that. Incredible. So we have to prevent this ravage. Oh no, wait, oh no, we don't. Have to be quick on those undos because if you reveal a card you've not seen before, then yeah. So I'm going to allow that ravage because it is defended. If you reveal a card that you've not seen before, then you can't undo, and that's a bit sad for everybody. You can actually change that in the options, but it is a kind of difficulty setting, so you know, go bear that in mind. Right, so incoming turn we have Mountain Ravages. So I can use my creepers to destroy this town, and then we don't have to worry about that. Then this is very Aegisable. Very Aegisable, except that these town-city combos with an Explorer, that's 9 damage. So Aegis doesn't really do enough. So we could be thinking about what else could we be destroying here? I mean, we could do some work in here, destroy one of these cities. We're not actually really generating much fear or really destroying anyone at this point. We're not about to get a fear card from it. If we were to say reclaim next turn, which wouldn't be terrible, then we might be able to make our Aegis defend 5, but even then it's still not really making a difference. So I think, but defend 5 plus a defend 6 or something, plus maybe defending with this all-enveloping green ability, But I think I will make sure... Yeah, I will do Creeper's Tear in here. Because... why not? And then we've got potential Serpent Rousing and Anger. Oh, except it's not. Click an element to gain it. Okay, looks like we have some... Oh, what's this? For each... So yeah, I'm just getting confused. Let's have a bit of confusion. Oh, it could be because I'm mid Creeper's Tear to Mortar, that's probably what it is. So I guess we do damage to something in here. Maybe to this city, because Serpent Rouse and Anger will do 2 damage. And then for each 2 Moon, 2 Mountains, you may push a town from target land. Okay. Well, I suppose we do want to be... Let's finish off this city. We could push a town somewhere, though I'm kind of happy for them to be where they are. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, right. The shambles continues. Okay, so... This Ravage is fine. We have this... So Aegis will defend this. But we do now... We have uncovered Reclaim 1. And we're about to become very, very powerful. Very powerful. So we can reclaim the Aegis. How many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the map. We're actually, yeah, we're going to need to absorb or deliberately let some presence die. Which is probably might actually be more effective to let presence die, but maybe I will just go with the absorb. So I think we just go with a reclaim. Then we can't afford, with only 4, we can't actually afford to play claim and absorb. Absorb costs 2, and so that'd be a total of 6. So I suppose we could reclaim and gain energy and use claim instead of placing a blight, which actually is slightly better. Obviously the cost 4, but then I play this, so it costs me a bit, but it also defends in a region I might not otherwise be able to defend. And I could just let this land here go, so that I'm not so worried about my presence cap. Because who wants to be worried about presence caps? Not me. Not me. Okay, so what's green going to do in all this? Green is going to maybe try and do some defending. So I guess this is a turn where we keep our cards. 2 blue should get us up to defend 4, which will contribute. And we're adjacent to this land that we were just talking about, letting blight deliberately. So maybe we do still let this land blight deliberately. We place a presence in here and defend in there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. So we get that 4th play, make a Sacred Site in there. We've got some things that we can destroy with stem kind of in with us. And I'm deliberately not reclaiming because of the idea of trying to get down these tracks. So we've got 4 plays, so we kind of want another power card, even if we don't have... Yeah, so let's gain a minor power card. Okay, Dark Entangled Woods, Rain of Blood. Gotta love some Rain of Blood. This has perfect icons for us, though. This extra mountain's pretty nice. No, I mean, Rain of Blood is watery. We like the water as well. I think I'm going to go with Dark Entangled to get some fear going. Get that fear going, bruh. So we do these things. And we've got a little bit of creeping and defend 4. So we let this one go. We Aegis in here. So we need to at least reclaim Aegis with this reclaim 1. What's the other thing we've got in there? The Absorb Essence. We're not adding extras with green, so only 1 presence is going to go down this turn, which is fine. We've got the 4 energy. I mean, although we are being accelerated, the faster we get to this 6 and this 4, I mean, that's just the glory. I mean, we could give green a minor, not that that's really going to make a huge We could... yeah, we definitely need... whatever we do, we're aegising. So we could reclaim... No, I think I'm going to go with gaining 4 energy and adding presence and indomitable claiming. I think that's the key. So 4 energy, I'm going to add a presence. It needs to be a land without blight, but we've got a few of those. We've got several lands without blight. Actually, maybe we don't have as many as I thought. Maybe not. So, where are our problem areas? I suppose there are these big areas here that might be nice for the snake to be adjacent to. So we're going to make a sacred site in here, and we need our Aegis back. So, oh yeah, this is going to place an extra. Our indomitable claim is going to mean we run into this cap here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, damn it. So actually, our claim won't work. We'll still get defend 20. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, I think this is a quick undo. If I say it's quick, then it happens quickly, right? That's how it works. So we are going to go with reclaim, and there is going to be no indomitable claiming this turn. And we have to move a presence. So we can move. Oh, it's that. See, sometimes with this, things are click and drag, and sometimes things are kind of click and click. Okay, so we've moved that presence, we've reclaimed, so we can absorb. We could just. Actually, if we gain a power card, we can Aegis and Indomitable Claim. And no, we need to absorb and claim. Oh my god, the addled peasant brain continues. Though, oh no, we're not quite into getting high energy. So we can either defend somewhere. Yeah, let's go with playing the claim, defending in here. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. Let's So we're Aegising in here. We're Indomitable Claiming probably in here. We're deliberately letting this go. Okay, finally. Right, so obviously the thing I'm missing. Oh yeah, the thing I'm missing here is the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is okay. We are just about okay on our presence. Blimey. Okay. Oh, and I've just realised that I've moved the crucial presence, but it doesn't actually matter because we have the Indomitable Claim. Oh my. Oh, it does matter. Oh my lord, this is like undo central. But as you are experiencing the sheer misery of trying to think with the brain that I have, I'm not going to cut this, I don't think. Maybe I should, but I'm not going to. So we'll bring this one in here. Right, okay, fine. So we gain the energy, the claim, and the Aegis. Right, okay. So we Aegis from here. We Indomitable Claim in here. Stick that in there. Lovely job. 24 defense, that should do it. Then we're letting this one go very deliberately. Just to help with our presence. We've just got too much presence. Just doing that for the fear. We have all enveloping green for extra defend. I mean, we could defend it there. No, we're not going to. Next time we're reclaiming, we're going to be powering up Serpent even more. So we're not going to do that. So we'll just put that somewhere. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan and does damage there. So we are against the Swedes, and they are different lands. So this is worthwhile. This is just a straight up build prevention. I'll take that. And yeah, okay. Well, it's acceptable. So we let that one go very deliberately, and there is a build here in the jungle. I'm going to allow it because they're against Sweden, so we're not too worried about. I mean, obviously they're big. I mean, this actually does put down blight. It's going to put down a lot of blight because of Sweden's double blighting thing that they seem to be into. It's weird. So I could push a town. So we've got incoming Ravage in forests next turn. So we could make this slightly less horrible. That'll take it down to a 7 damage ravage. The city's doing 5 because of Sweden business, which is actually defensible with nature's resilience. So I think that's worth doing. Except I'm not over there. Targeting schmargeting. Who needs that? Okay, so defeated in that area. We could destroy some cities with rouse the trees and stones. That might be worthwhile. We need to be in places where they don't have blight, and we have sacred sites. So I think in here, let's just do some business in here. So 2 damage to that city. It wants us to push a explorer. I guess we can push one into here, and then we can stem the flow in here to finish off this city. Almost always want to kill cities. Almost, but not exactly always. And let's... Then we've got this push. Oh, we can use it to push some Dahan. That's actually worthwhile if we can make Dahan not be alone. So our wetlands and our mountains are... Actually, our wetlands and our coasts are at risk. So this one, it definitely needs to be pushed somewhere to avoid the this escalation effect that the Swedes have of converting lone Dahan. So we'll push this guy. Sadly, there's not another Dahan to push them with. This way is going to get converted for 50%. No. Yeah, 50%. Whereas this is definitely going to be converted if I don't move them. And then we've got Serpent Rousing and Anger to do a couple of damage to buildings, so we can, I guess, clear this jungle that we're in a little bit more. Maybe in here. Tricky. And oh, it wants us to gain an element. So oh, crikey! Serpent is a tricksy beast. A tricksy beast. Am I actually in with a city? I am in with a city, so I can give myself the extra fire to destroy this city here. That's alright. And we've got a little bit of creeping to do. Damn it, should have targeted in there. Oh well. I'm not going to undo that. just nah. Okay, so we have jungle ravages, and they are extensive. So this is a 7 damage jungle ravage. Say that 10 times quickly. And we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 present. So we can just. But look at this. Look at all this stuff here. Serpent is waking up. But. This is a 7 damage ravage. So Absorb Essence isn't going to be enough on its own. But let's look at what green's doing first. They are probably reclaiming. Yeah, they've got their plays. These tracks will just happen without any effort. So we'll just reclaim. And we could just see what minors we're likely to gain here. We can even think about a major, but I think all of our cards are... We don't have any clearly, obviously useless cards here. Quicken the Earth Struggles. Now that's a big defense card. Most of the time they get Sweden. You like blight removal rather than actual defense, but 10 is, it's a serious amount of damage. That's probably what I'm going to go with, especially as it has the moons, mountains. This 4 defense here is actually, is it going to make any difference? Maybe. So snake. So this is a horrible ravage. It's huge. So I think we need to be thinking with snake that we're about to start powering up and thinking about getting mages. In fact, we could gain a power card, gain an energy, place a presence, get to 6, and then so I think we're gaining a major this turn. We are gaining a major this turn. We've got Indomitable Claim sat there. So claim isn't so useful because none of these lands that are about to ravage have Dahan sitting in them. So they're not going to get any counterattack, and I don't think we've got any easy way of changing that. I think with green, I'm going to prevent this ravage by placing my own presence in there. So I think the priority here is this is a turn that's all about powering up. powering up this lad here. And what we could do is gain a major and then see if we want to go down the minor or the major track. Sorry, the plays track or the power track. So we'll do that. Let's gain a major. And so we like these icons here, I think. I don't think I've ever triggered this effect here. Okay. So, Jungle Hungers, look at that, pronounce it correctly for a change. Moon and green is a good power. It's a good power, especially as it's pretty easy to trigger the bonus on. We've also got a slight commitment to yellow and mountain. Winds of Rust is also amazing, as is Infinite Vitality. And we're actually pretty good at mountains. We were interested, and we can in fact we can actually get its bonus here this turn because it needs 4 mountains. We've got mountain, and we've got one uncovered on our tracks, right? Oh yeah, we just start with the mountain, and we have an any mountain, and mountains tie in nicely with Indomitable Claim. So I think it's going to be Infinite Vitality here. So that prevents the blight going down, and it also removes a blight from an adjacent land, which is pretty ridiculous. It's kind of sickening, really. And as we don't have Dahan in there, we're not too worried that things might die. And in the case of this Ravage, this is quite defensible. Yeah, so defending one of these. The trouble we have is we don't have an adjacent sacred site right now, but we could make one here using green. So maybe in here is good. So I actually think I'm going to go with the Vitality here. Yes. We're going to have plenty of time to get shenanigans. Oh, I've just realised that what we're getting rid of here? Oh yeah, probably getting rid of Primordial Deeps. That still does feel like a bit of a shame. We have a Reclaim 1. We're not Aegising this turn, are we? No, we're not. So let's add a presence. We could go... Actually, we could Essence and Aegis. We could... Because we've got our Reclaim 1 spot. Or we could just start gathering vast amounts of power. I think we go with... It needs to go here, whatever we do. Well, it doesn't. We could place it later with green, but there's no reason to put it off. I think we think about going major, especially as we've got a tiny hand. I think we go with the top track rather than the bottom track. We could even go Indomitable Claim and speed this up even more, except again we've got this Absorb Essence issue. Though it does kind of ramp up a little bit. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So currently we are our cap, but we can just play all 3 of these. Oh, we're only at 2 plays. So we do need to go with this. But we're going to get a mountain, so we do get this extra bonus, which is pretty great. Which is pretty damn great, I have to say. Because we can do that in here, we can even absorb blight from here or here. Alright, so this area is covered. This area is going to blight. And this area we defend with green. So green has this decision to make. Do we have any... We don't have any mages yet. I think we go with Quicken the Earth Struggles. I think it's good enough. And we are able to place our presence if we need to. So let's defend this with our... actually, we could use Quicken in there. Actually, that's a good point. So we'll defend this with cheese, with our Ravage Prevention cheese. So the way we need to do that is by playing Overgrown and Night to place in there. We have 3 more plays to mess around with, so we obviously have to defend in there, which you could do with either Quicken the Earth or with... I'm just going to put them both out there because I can see the icons more clearly. And then we've got 2 more plays. Where are we with our fear cards? Very slow with the fear, but hopefully the next major that Snake gets will start doing some serious damage. We can dream anyway. We can dream. And we have sand builds incoming, so we could also be thinking about that. We could do that. Oh yeah, of course we want a Gift to Proliferate to speed up Serpent's becoming absolutely horrifying. So obviously we have another option here. We could do a bit of damage. Serpent's going to be doing a couple of damage somewhere, so this means that between Serpent's rousing in anger and this, we could potentially be destroying a city that's in, like, over here, for example, but we don't have... That needs to be adjacent to a sacred site. Targeting. Yeah, we're going to have things to destroy. Okay, well, as Quicken the Earth is more awkward to target, I'm going to use this rather than Nature's Resilience. And I think we're going to go with this damage here. How much creeping have we got going on? Got a fair bit of creeping. And now we've got triple creeping. So a city that's in with us. We do have such a thing. Okay, I think that's alright. Okay, so we're going to absorb an essence. And again, I've not considered where I'm absorbing from. So we are overgrowing in a night to go here. So we need to not absorb that essence. We're defending in here to defend 10. We're Gift of Proliferating, and I've again not really considered that either. So we need the sacred site in here. I think I'm going to get rid of one from over here with Absorb Essence. And oh, they also gain an element. Do I care to gain any elements? I don't think I care, actually, about elements right now. Let's gain a blue. Let's water them plants. And we have the Infinite Vitality that we're going to play down here. So we can remove a Blight, is it? See, this is so rarely that I actually triggered this threshold from target or adjacent land. So I suppose we are kind of... less like, well, as there are loads of people in here, we'll remove that. And then we've got Gift of Proliferation. So Snake Boy can now have 10 on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, this is fine. So where do we want another presence? And do we want to go up the plays track? We probably do want to go up the plays track. I mean, even though we've got hardly any cards. But at least we're going to be able to do this and just gain a load of miners. And yeah, this extra reclaim is mamma mia. It's really good. And we've got a good chunk of energy anyway. We're going to go on the plays track. And do we want to have a sacred site in amongst these big lands that are full of people. So maybe we make a sacred site down here. Yeah, especially with this smaller hand, if I can get this second reclaim one going, then that's awesome. Then that's wonderful. Okay, so we have the Ravage. This doesn't matter, this all-enveloping green. Okay, each player may push a Dahan from a land of invaders or gather one into a land of invaders. So we can gather in a hut somewhere where we have a defended Ravage. Okay, well this is a good place. And it will defend them from these flirty Swedes. So we'll gather this guy in for a bit of fight back. So we are allowing that Ravage, and we're going to retaliate by destroying those towns. We're going to prevent this Ravage the old-fashioned way, if you're a green player, and then we have wetland shenanigans. So, okay, well, we've got gain and energy. Alright. So yeah, we target ourselves with this. So green's going to be pretty grateful for that. So we can just do 2 damage in with Serpent. We could make this land not a problem. And then we've got some creeping, which is 3 damage in with green. Okay, so there's a build over here, so let's do that over here. Get rid of the city. And again, I'm kind of trying to be quick as much as I'm trying to win, if you see what I mean. So let's squeeze a little excuse in there. And this needs to be adjacent to a sacred site, which is a pain. It's a pain. So I suppose we're doing stuff in here. So we've got a couple of damage, so we can do 2 to the city. And we can push towns. I don't want to push towns. And then we can finish off the city and get rid of an explorer, like that. Oh my god, another fear card. And we've got to push an explorer, so I guess we'll push them into the jungles of death. Because they're pretty good for us, those jungles. Okay, so back to the spirit phase. And we can now at the point where we can reclaim 2 of our cards, so we can be going with thinking about more absorb essence, if that's what we want to do. So we've got sand ravages, obviously that's something to prevent, but that's aegisable. Oh, we're up to 4 actions now. Well, we will be once we place another presence. What is green going to do this turn? It'd be really good to gain another major with our fella here. And this reclaim 1. So we can get our vitality back if we want it. I mean, vitality... We could vitality in here, say. Though I think again we have the problem of having too much presence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have a cap of 10. So yeah, we can't actually indomitable claim. Well, we can't get a lot of the benefit of indomitable claim this turn unless we also go with absorb essence. And then there's no aegising. Maybe we just reclaim. We just reclaim it. Just accept it. Okay, so let's just move this presence, say, to here, because we have to move some presence. We've got all the energy we need to play all of these cards, and of course we can absorb essence first, and that will jump us from 10 to 11. Which actually is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, okay, that will keep us going for now. So let's look at let's just get a minor. We've actually got 4 plays now. And all of our cards are still useful to us. Okay, Elemental Boon is awesome. That will support any majors that we go with. And I don't think any of these are actually going to do much for us in the short term. Okay, and then we've got elements to gain and all sorts. But I think we're basically playing most of these here. Sand, so this Sand Ravage, I guess... Oh, Elemental Boon, disgusting. So the Aegis is 0 range. We could Aegis in here to gain 6 defense in both of these lands, which we'll cover that, which is pretty worthwhile. We're not Elemental Booning, but I don't think we actually need to. We've already got the mountains for vitality, and with the claim, we can just get the extra sunshine, and then we've got that extra fear, which is pretty good. So what we can defend in here. This is 6, 11, 12 damage. So this might be a vitality one. Maybe green can take care of this space here. Though we'd need to make sure we have a sacred site adjacent. So that would be something like it's in our discard pile. All of our boosting growth stuff is in our discard pile, but actually Serpent needs to absorb more essence, or maybe even deliberately lose some presence. Maybe we could lose this sand here, let this presence go. I think I'm going to do that. This is going to go deliberately. So we're going to vitality in maybe one of these ones here, and we can claim in one of these, and we'll let jungle take care of this one here. So jungle, sorry, not jungle, green even. So green probably wants to gain a card here. Yeah, I think green wants to gain a card. Maybe even a major. Maybe even a major. Not that we'll be able to play it necessarily this turn, but we've only got to defend in here. We're letting this one go. These are getting sorted. We actually don't need Aegis here. We could boon instead. Because we can vitality, green can take care of... Actually, green can take care of there. Let's try not to get too circular with this thinking. So, let's go with looking at a major. Gift of Proliferation is soon going to be useless. Let's look at a major. We'll see what we get. So, we'll gain a power card. It's going to be a major. Paralyzing Fear, our old friend. Do love some Paralyzing Fear. Another thing to bear in mind is now that we've got Elemental Boon, if we have complementary icons, then that works pretty well. Obviously we have this kind of crazy power here, Moon, Fire, Mountain. So if we've got a good reason to give green Moon, Fire and Mountain, then that's obviously worthwhile. Here that's Fire and Mountain. Blazing Renewal is also pretty great. Obviously it's not going to work particularly well on Serpent, unless a lot more presence is destroyed, but green must be, green's got loads of presence sitting there doing nothing. And with the help from Serpent, Moonfire Mountain is way more likely to be useful. So I think I'm going to go with this option here. So I can't afford it right away, but that's okay. How many presents have we got to put down? We've still got a few. Maybe I won't get rid of Gift of Proliferation just yet. Maybe you get rid of Rouse the Trees as we're getting bigger and scarier powers now. Okay, so someone walking their dog outside. So we want to add a presence somewhere. We want to do that. We're letting this one go. Yeah, the thing about two spirit is that it's kind of both easier but then you've got the complexity. The complexity kind of ramps up a bit. So obviously you've got all these interactions between the spirits. Right. So maybe. So So we've got 2 defended, 3 defended easily. So if I just put this out here, we know that we've got three of our lands are defended. So actually, and that's without using Aegis. So I'm going to put Aegis back and get Boon out to potentially power up Blazing Renewal. So what else do we need? Actually, are we just short? Do we need a fire that we don't have? Yes, I think that's the answer to that. 2 damage to everything is still pretty worthwhile, especially as it sets me up to use my Ravage prevention abilities, and it's in the fast phase. So I'm still going to do it. I'm just going to feel sad when I do it. We'd also be improving our Serpent Rousing ability as well. I think this is still worth doing, despite not having the thresholds. But it does cane all our energy. We can Fields choked with growth to just push some more stuff in there. Oh, actually, we can stem the flow to finish off. Okay, that's a little cheesy. Cheesy and unexpected. Okay, we're doing it. Right, so we have more options than you can shake a stick at. So we have a build over there. Obviously we need to absorb essence before we intermittable claim. We have Nature's Resilience needs a sacred site to target. So we have intermittable claim as well. So that's going to actually prevent the actions that are in there. So I guess, where do we care most? I guess we don't want this area to get out of control. And we'll be making a sacred site in there. So we could go in there with intermittable claim. Though that was the one we were actually just going to let go, wasn't it? Maybe we just let a blight go down here. Because this is more of a problem land. We definitely don't want blight to happen there. And we can... Here's nice because we can absorb the blight from in there. If we go with Infinite Vitality. Yeah, let's go with Infinite Vitality. Oh, damn it, we need the Sacred Sites. Oh, God, targeting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So currently, okay, we're still fine. Right, we just need to work out where we're absorbing our essence from. I wanted to do stuff with Blazing Renewal over here to clear out this land. Actually, maybe this would be a good one to clear out. I think we've got to that point now. We are so powerful that I just need to get on with it. I just need to do it. Just need to do it, Stuart. So in that case, let's defend in there. We will absorb essence from this lad, and we can just absorb this wetland essence. I think it's not really doing anything. And they gain an elephant. Oh no, not an elephant. Do we? Oh, maybe we did. Maybe we do get the Blazing Renewal to happen. I think we do accidentally. Yeah, high level strats here. We can accidentally get the fire that we need. The fire, mountain, and then I guess we give fire, mountain, moon. I think is what we do with Boon. This is the imprecision that happens when you try and go fast. Fire, mountain, and what's the other thing I need? Just whatever our friendly snake wants. So we do have the threshold on Blazing Renewal, so we can actually use this to pretty much wipe out any land we like now. Though we could also do that with Stem. An embarrassment of riches. So this is defended. We want to... Wow, there isn't even an adjacent blight in this region. Okay, so we want to use Infinite Vitality over here somewhere. Okay, maybe, yeah, that's Infinite Vitality in here. There's Indomitable Claim in here. And, ooh, we could even get an any. Let's not get too carried away with that. We are actually, not. Let's go with the Reclaim one. Get some fear going, and then we can Blazing Renewal to basically clear out anywhere we like. We've not actually defended here somehow. We've just forgotten. So I guess I'll go in here. I guess I'll go in there. Getting too excited. Okay, and then what have we got left? All enveloping green to defend for somewhere. I don't think we care about that. Just like that. Each player removes a explorer or a town for a land with 2 or fewer invaders. So we can prevent builds, which is always nice. Yeah, let's prevent a build there, and let's prevent a build there. That saves us a lot of trouble. Okay, ravages are just fine. Okay, jungle, wetland. So now we've got the wetland into wetland thing. So if you can solve the ravage, then you've kind of dealt with the build. Okay, we have rousing in anger, and we have waking in power. So we'll gain some energy. Always get the non-decisions out of the way first. That's my. This is a big ravage, so maybe we want to send in the green cheese, or even just reclaim and go Blazing Renewal next turn. That could be pretty good. Okay, so Moon Mountains. So we can do 3 damage in where we are. So there are cities we can destroy. We're not actually in any wetlands. So who'd be into that? Jungles are about to get spicy. We're not in any jungles with Serpent. So we can use this to push towns. We don't have any big clusters of Dahan here. Let's just use this to destroy a city, because that's the best thing we can do almost always. So we've got this option, we've got this option. This is in with a blight, so let's go with that one. And we can push a town. Let's push it into there, let's not. No, we can actually empty this land, so we probably should do that. Let's push it into this jungle, even though I'm just not sure that's a good thing to be doing. Okay, we have creepers, so we can destroy a town somewhere. I guess we could just destroy this town that we've just pushed into there. And then we can push a town somewhere. So what that means is that we can... Actually, we don't have range on this anymore. Do we have a town anywhere that matters? I suppose this town makes the difference between this being... We're also building a nice kind of kill land here for potential Blazing Renewal shenanigans. Okay, so Ravages. We only have 2 that matter. We still have a healthy island as well, so sorry about that. Let's Serpent, look at you, you ridiculous beast. Let's get ourselves... I mean, we've got so much energy we don't even need to worry about the power track much, really. Okay, so this is 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on the Ravage. So I think we're almost certainly just reclaiming here, though we are going to get to reclaim 2. If we place a presence in one of these areas, then actually that should take care of the Ravage. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our Aegis now, which is quite powered up, would deal with that. So I think maybe we go with using our track reclaims to get some stuff back that we like our essence. Though actually that just feels... I think we just go with getting all our cool cards. I think that's just what we do. We have to move a presence somewhere, so I guess we could move to make our Aegis work a little bit better. Let's move this into this desert. And we've got 7. We can play all the cards in our hand as it stands. I think we could actually do with gaining a miner now. Just a useful little miner. Oh, actually, gaining an any is pretty nice as well. Because we still don't have that many. Well, we just don't have any big offensive cards. In fact, let's just undo that reclaim until we've seen what major we're going. I think we go for a major here and then see what we get. Except we don't have anything we really want to forget at this point. I guess maybe Aegis, actually. Let's see. We might just reject this. Land Thrashes. Now, there's just not that much blight on the board. I mean, there's a little bit. We're just a bit too on it for... It does have perfect icons, though. Power Storm is kind of crazy. Crazy. And we can even use it on green to do green shenanigans. But he's actually running out of presence that's off the board. Entwined Power? I mean, that's just even more wombo. Just the wombs. Everywhere wombs. I actually think I'm tempted to skip on these. This has been a disappointing crop. Do they actually solve any problems we have right now? Not really. Not really. Power Storm, of course, is... Yeah, I think we actually just skip these and reclaim. So yeah, a bit of an unfortunate one there. Didn't get anything we really wanted. So move that presence. And green is going to be reclaiming, I think. Because yeah, our tracks are empty. There's no point trying to push to kind of work too hard to not reclaim. We've already got an expensive major that we like, but it is about to become a bit more useless. We actually want to be deliberately losing presence at some point. Root Biters actually works quite well because we can push for our big smash, push more towns in. And we do have, well, we will have a town to push in. We've already got that effect. I think this is still reasonable. We've got lots of good defensive effects, so actually Veil the Night's Hunt. But I'm going to go with that. And green is a little bit skin. It's the truth, the sordid truth. So we have a Ravage in here. We're going to be Aegising up here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So where do we want our presence? We actually want to be thinking about destroying our presence for definite. So I think I'm going to put a presence in here, and I think we'll prevent this with green, using green's ability to prevent ravages, rather than any of the other tools we have to hand. Let's go with. I mean, we're getting close to being able to do this, except we don't really have on-brand power cards. And I rejected the one on-brand power card we had. So, who wants the He wants to actually play the game correctly. Correctly. No, there'll be none of that. Right, so we need to... We've got the threshold on vitality and indomitable claim just by pipping that, or obviously using boon. The reason we might want to use boon instead is because that this is more flexible. As in, we can use that to get double icons. But I don't think that's actually relevant. So we are preventing this ravage. This one doesn't matter. These are being aegised. We really need some big offensive stuff going on. So green it's up to green to do the big fighting. Oh, I've realised that we actually don't have enough energy to play Blazing Renewal and to use our Overgrown and Knight. That's a shame. A crying shame. Let's quick have a look and see where we are with cards. We've got a way to go with cards. A way to go. And actually, yeah, so I think no Blazing Renewal this turn. Times are sad. They're very sad times. Okay. And then... So we can do that in there, prevent that. Proliferation, is that actually a viable thing to be doing? Probably it makes sense with this indomitable claim coming down. Oh no, probably doesn't. And I actually think, I've just realised, I've actually been doing this for a while now. I'm actually going to take a pause here in the recording. So I'll catch you in the edit, in the next bit.